Okay, so you guys probably heard of Kickstarter, which funds new good ideas. Well, this is Eventstir, and it funds new good events. So if a user has an idea for an event, you can submit it.
That's
And
the video, by the way.
if other people like the event, they can buy in. And if enough people buy in, then the event happens.
So, the idea behind doing this, actually, like many of the ideas I've had today, had to do with something sucking. So, it turns out my social life sucked after I graduated college. So, I was thinking about all the cool types of events I would like to have, and the lack of friends I have in DC at this time, since I graduated. So one of the ideas I had was, well, it'd be really cool to rent a yacht on the Potomac, but I don't have a big enough network right now to make this happen, or enough money. So instead, with Eventstir, I can post my event on here and see if there's enough people out there who want to do this. And there's really no risk in doing this because we place it out there and people pledge money, and if enough money is pledged, then the event happens. And what you need is motivated users like myself who are willing to try and organize this type of event, who will contact whoever the venue is, and then you'll list it on our website, and you can see how many people have pledged money, and if you reach that tipping point, then the venue is reserved, and the event will happen. Now this is really, really cool, because it means only good events are going to happen. If you use an Evite right now, or some Eventbrite, for example, where you might pay money, well, you might pay money to an event where no one shows up. With Eventstir, you're guaranteeing that people will be there. So let me show you a little bit how this works. This was the yacht party idea. If we click on the Eventstir logo, we can go back to the home page. And we had this great idea to have a startup weekend reunion, which you were all invited to. Now, if we go ahead and click on that, you'll see, here we go, Startup Weekend DC. It's at Town Hall, and it's on the 8th of December. It's not, all the programs not 100% now, but it works. And we're going to show you how you join this event. Now, while she's signing in with Facebook, I'll mention a little bit about the business model. Now, really, everyone can win here, because no one is paying money until enough people have pledged. So the venues, they're tired of deal sites coming in and telling them they're going to get repeat customers, and then the repeat customers never come, and then a site like Groupon takes 50% of the profit. Well, we're going to pay them in full if everyone commits. It's just a matter of getting the people behind. It's a matter of getting the people first to pledge and show that there's enough of a movement behind it, and then the venue gets paid in full. We take a transaction fee, and then the users are happy too, because they get to attend an awesome event that they wanted to go to in the very beginning. So, I encourage you all to stir up your social lives with events. Thank you.
Do you have that URL? Is it eventstir.com?
So, right now, it's on our developer's personal site. So please, if any of you register right now, the event, it will actually update with your information. But hopefully tomorrow we will have it on eventstir.org right now. We're still fighting to get the .com. Sorry.
What's the marketing plan to get this out to people?
That's a great question. So in the beginning, we think we really want this to be a regional thing. So we're going to start with DC. And since we're all from DC, we have pretty big networks, just using our existing social media where we can really test this out. So we're gonna, have as many events as we can. Holly over there is still at Georgetown and has quite an extensive network. And it could be a simple thing. Maybe she just wants to have that. She wants to have a New Year's party, but she's tired of throwing a party and no one commits or comes.
I'm going to front the cost myself to the end.
Well, people are actually gonna pay this time instead of just saying, "Oh yeah, I'll pay you back some other time." It's like, no. They pay up front, and Holly has the event if people commit.
Are you marketing to people who want to set up events, or would you be marketing to companies who have the yacht venue to set up something to bring other people to?
That's a great question. So we've thought about how businesses can actually use this as well, and it would be nice if in the future we made it so there could be a special classification for businesses that go on there. It's like, oh, this bar wants to have this cool event. But the original idea had more to do with the user planning events.
Is revenue model?
Revenue model, we haven't decided on a percentage, but maybe 5% of whatever the total event goes for.
Okay, so you're talking about partnerships with what event-oriented companies and businesses?
We're trying to avoid partnerships because we don't want to be like Groupon where we have to go out and have a big sales and marketing force. Instead, we're going to have a customer service force that just makes sure that the events are real. So it's really crowdsourcing out the initial research, the event planning. It's crowdsourcing it out to motivate people who want cool events.
So who's ultimately responsible for the event? So I pay
It's
my
the
money.
host.
So okay.
And the host would be the person who puts the event on our site. Now, as I said, we want to make sure that these things go well. So since we're starting this small in DC, we will actually, once the host has listed it there, we will call the place up and say, hey, are these details right? And then when we've done that and confirmed it, we'll put up a validation sticker on the event. So people know, hey, Eventstir's looked at this, and it's a legitimate event.
Last question, is this best as a separate platform or a Facebook app?
So it's all running through, all of the login stuff is through Facebook, and so you can go post immediately to your wall and everything. But we think that by at least having it as its own website, it's nice so you can just see all the different events. You can check in to see what's cool that's going on, and you can see the people who have signed up. So please, everyone sign up and sign up.